Let's take a quick look at what both these teams are going to be using going into Haunted Mines.
Haunted Mines. This is the best series ever.
This is a pretty good series already. First picks, first bans coming down. We've got Sylvanas getting banned out there by Hold the Fort, followed up by an Uther ban from Crimson Mist. They don't want to deal with that Divine Shield. Very respectable.
So I'm actually really impressed with the Sylvanas ban, but the big first pick here that I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to for Hold the Fort is the Butcher. Is once more actually going to be seeing some big play. So of course, with Jaina still on board, she is going to be the big first pick. No Zeratoya, but I mean, why wouldn't you go with two Frost mages if you could? Arthas once more entering the fray.
Yeah, Jaina Arthas is going to be a pretty nice combination of just frosty effects. You lock somebody down with that Howling Blast, and all of a sudden you have a very free Blizzard target. So I'm curious to see if they're going to get some really nice synergy out of all of that crowd control. Hold the Fort going to respond with Tyrael Malfurion. And with the Butcher, that could be pretty scary. You get a really nice Furnace Blast going, and then all of a sudden a Judgment with the charge, a Furnace Blast. That could very easily eliminate somebody very quickly.
Buttons, please. Tyrael, got it. All right, so, no Sylvanas, no Zeratul as of yet. Kel'Thas was actually picked by this time last game as well, but Jaina is still on the board. And, speak a little bit too quickly, Kel'Thas is actually going to be out. Brightwing is the ban from Hold the Fort.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with that Brightwing.
She did so much siege damage, man.
That siege damage was undeniably impressive for a Brightwing, even if she was in a Garden Terror. Still pretty impressive. But Crimson Mist now has to pick up their third and fourth characters. I'm curious who those are going to be.
So what have we seen in the past? If there's anything that says we're going to see a game number 3 representative here, I would expect to see a Gazlo.
It would be befitting for both these teams, wouldn't it? Because we've seen him for 2 games on each side. And whoever had Gazlo has lost.
Nazeebo was actually a ban last game, so he's going to be a big pickup here from Crimson Mist. Nazeebo, Johanna, they actually ran this in game number 1 with their double tank comp. They didn't have the Jaina, they had the Gazlo then as well, but that was also on Battlefield of Eternity. We'll have to see if the double tanks can actually get more value out for the Haunted Mines.
Well, these double tanks are going to work a little bit better for them because now they've got range damage behind that. Remember, the double tanks for Crimson Mist in game number 1 had 2 melee
It's about
attackers. One of them was a specialist, one of them was an assassin. So it didn't really work out so well for them, I don't think. But this time they actually have ranged assassins and a specialist behind that double tank. So I think it's going to work out a little bit better for them. Meanwhile, Hold the Fort responds with a Tychus and Falstad pick.
3 for 3. That's Walker 91 on a very, very comfortable Falstad.
I'm curious if we're going to be seeing the Hinterlands Blast of the Mighty Gust.
That's a good question, because we almost never really see that variation. But on Haunted Mines, is there anything really to push them back? We actually only have 2 melee this time. We had 5 melee in the first game, which is why we had that Mighty Gust. But Falstad, Interior, it's once again that Crispy Taco variation. And geez Louise! You can't get a Brightwing. I guess you go for the other cute one in the pack.
Right? I would have suggested a Rhaegar here. Ancestral plus chain heals, etc. Very, very good. But Lily works. The only issue I have with this, though, Jester, is that they've got a lot of stuns. Actually, no. Grenade doesn't work on it anymore. Judgment and Charge.
Grenades will stop Ravenous.
No. I'm talking about Lily's cups.
Right. The only thing to stop right here would be Butcher or Judgment. Yes.
Yeah, Butcher or Judgment. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I was saying that they had a lot of CC. They only have about 2. But still, Judgment's is still a pretty easy one to lock down on that Lily.
Could be. Absolutely could be. Yeah, you're right. So we haven't actually seen a Lily win yet. My headphones come out of my ear. We haven't seen a Lily win yet here on stream. Oh, are you in here?
Yeah.
Yes, you are in here. Great.
I am now.
Let them just tell them that we're good to go, and we'll get this game rolling. Thanks for your patience here, teams. They've actually figured out the whole they get into the draft, they get into the game, they make it, they draft. It's gone pretty smooth since the very first one. So the teams are learning, they're living and learning and evolving. No Abathurs, but Lily, will this be the break in the Lily curse?
Who knows? Who knows what will happen in game number 3? A lot of people in chat were saying Hold the Fort's going to take it. I have my money on Crimson Mist. I'm not exactly sure why, but I have my money on Crimson Mist, I guess just to be against the pack.
Crimson Monkey Raptor Plague has you by the throat?
No.
No. You just,
Maybe I
well,
am
you're
in
favoring
quarantine.
them. You're favoring them.
Maybe I
Do you
am.
got the fever? You got the Crimson Fever?
Crimson Fever? Crimson Monkey. What was it? Crimson Monkey something fever?
Crimson Raptor Monkey Plague.
Raptor Monkey Plague.
Or Monkey Raptor, whichever you want to say first. Yeah.
All
All right,
right,
we're just
let's
waiting for the ready up there from Fort, and we're going to be getting this one going. That's a heck of a skin on that Butch. But as we go into game number 3, the long-forgotten Haunted Mines. Wasn't actually even aware you could pick Haunted Mines for this tournament, but there it is.
You can pick anything for this tournament. All maps are open. Regrettably so.
Hey, could you wait till we have like 15 maps? There's going to be competitive map pools, just like you see in StarCraft. It's coming. It's coming. You know it's coming.
Yeah, I do. I do.
So if you don't remember, Haunted Mines, you venture underground. It's a split level. There's only 2 lanes. You collect the skulls, and then you unleash your powerful golem upon your opponents. You can't actually climb into it like what we just saw with Garden of Terror, and both sides will actually get golems after the skull phase is passed. So should be, by all means, a bit of a quicker match this round.
We'll see. We'll see exactly how this all happens. Maybe there's a huge stall out in the mines like we had with Battlefield of Eternity in game number 1. I don't think that actually happens in mines, but who knows? So we'll see exactly just how everything kind of folds out here. We've got on the left-hand side our good old Crimson Mist, Crimson Tribes, Raptor, Monkey, and Plague.
And on the flip side, it is going to be once more Hold the Fort. Walker 91 is going to be on that Falstead. Bandit once more on that Tyrael. And into the top, Lord Veos, Darbonson, and Sorello. Sorello's not playing the healer this time.
Curious. Yeah, it looks like they moved him over into that Butcher role. And look at that Butcher with the mount and everything. Somebody dropped $20.
And remember, these guys are playing to get into the round of 32 because that's where you get your money back, so to speak, with $200 bound on net credit. And if they can make it that far, I mean, it's going to be a heck of a fight because whoever wins past this match actually has to go up against Stellar Lotus.
Right, and that's still not in the money, though. That's the round of 64 still.
Which is why, as I said, it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle because they have to go through Stellar Lotus, a team that's you don't really see a lot in the major leagues right now, but they've been practicing, they've been scrimming, and they do show up time to time in a lot of these tournaments.
That they do. That they do. So we'll see exactly how they will fare against Stellar Lotus. But right now, we've got our game coming out here. We've got our level 1 talents popping out as well. Block on the Arthas, Protoss on the Lily, which is weird because she's from Warcraft, and that's a StarCraft talent there.
Need more heat
And
potion.
Reinforce on the Johanna.
Yeah, we typically see Knight takes pawn, and especially on a 2-lane map like this, you should be able to get some really big value out of those pushes because there's not that many lanes to push at this point. We don't really have big wave clear from either side. It's really going to come down to Tychus there for Hold the Fort, and he's not even up in that top lane.
Yeah, Tychus is just holding out in the bot lane. Looks like now finally going to move on there. That's that Lord Bios on the Tychus. And picked up the armor-piercing rounds at level 1.
The armor-piercing rounds is very different than the dash we saw in our last Tychus game, but now that's going to be the zombie donut on top of Darbon's son, but Plague actually put it down very quickly. Just like, oh, sorry, didn't mean to, Malfurion. Now, there you go. You can get out now.
Right, so mines are going to be opening up very, very shortly. So we're curious to see. Looks like red team's going to go on into the bottom.
Will still be victuals there as well, looking for that 3% heal for Sorello. As he said, this is the split level. We're now down into the underground, and Tribes is going to be finding Walker 91 and Darbonson off to the side. Johanna will find the Butcher as he charges on in.
Yeah, I don't know if you really want to go in on a Johanna, but oh, Crimson running in a very, very precarious situation. Running straight on in through all of Hold the Fort. Hold the Fort, though, in a pretty good position so far. They're pretty healed up. Crimson has taken a lot of damage. And they've got the skull advantage at this point as well.
28-10, no kills yet. Nobody is actually going to be up into the top. No Soaking, there's no Abathur, there's no Vikings, there's no... well, I think those are the only 2 that can actually do that. But we don't have any of that, so it's going to be a lot of big team fighting into the bottom. And a nice sweep, though, from Hold the Fort. 44 very quick skulls, and now it does look like it's going to be a big contest here on the big guy.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what the actual fight is going to look like. Considering Crimson and Raptor, both their warriors are very hurt. Tribes is kind of running around on the mount instead of actually really kind of healing them up before this pre-fight. And level 4 is just so very close for both these teams, but it's going to be a little bit in favor here of hold the fort.
It's going to be a big pick-off on Crimson. He's just nowhere near the rest of his team on the wrong side of that engage. That's going to be the slow on top of Monkey, and that's going to be a quick 2-kill turnaround. First and second blood going the way of hold the fort, and they're going to immediately try to capitalize on as many skulls as possible.
And that's going to be a great way to start off this game. They're going to have a massive golem of about 74 some skulls.
Yes,
Yeah, that's going to be very, very nice. Yeah, exactly 74 some goals. So that's going to be very nice for them to start off everything. They need to run over and just pick up maybe some mercenary camps to defend that 26 goal golem, but past that, they're sitting pretty healthy.
And 74 skulls to the 26. You're likely to see a push coming out from hold the fort, but you know, we took the time to grab those mid mercs, and that's going to be going over the way of Crimson. So they're going to be able to put up a little bit of defense, or at least, well, maybe a little bit of a push. I don't think they're actually going to stick around by the time that golem does pop, but that's why both teams are going for their bruisers. They're giants.
Close enough.
Bruiser's already out, yeah.
Yeah, Bruiser's already out. They're moving on down into that, or moving on up to that top lane.
They're waiting. The other team didn't. They're kind of not going to get a lot of value out of it, but they are waiting. Look at this. Team captain overseeing the prisoners of war.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Yeah, both these teams now, it looks like they're defending the enemy's golem, which is a very interesting decision there. When you have that 74 skull advantage, it's actually very nice just to kind of push with it.
And this is why you don't get those siege giants early, because they're just like, nope, not doing that. And off they go.
Johanna's going to come down there to defend that siege giant. Meanwhile, top lane, I mean, he's going to be able to do a good amount of damage, maybe take out both these towers, but I feel like if they pressed with it, they would have been able to take probably the fort.
Well, they're definitely pressing the off lane. Raptor by himself is just not going to be able to deal with this. The golems themselves are about to drop. Level 7 is not really going to be in the cards for a little bit here, but Raptor cannot deal with this level of 5-man. In fact, he's just going to drop for it. The Butcher charge is going to be enough. And this could actually be the off-lane fort at the first golem.
Yeah, it looks like they have a transition coming in there from Crimson. That's Monkey and Tribes moving on down here. Crimson definitely doesn't look like they really wanted to lose that other game. Maybe that Gazlo pick was just the only thing that was really kind of holding them back. In game number 1, they had a little bit more of a confident victory. In game number 2, they seem to be resonating what they had in game number 1.
So level 7 coming in, no mule. It is actually going to be still the straight healing build. Abattoir coming in with the victuals there, cheap shot there as well. We've seen that repeatedly now, the second time in a row for our Butcher. And Zealotry, not Zealotry. Increases shield duration for the Tyrael.
That's a curious talent, because generally it's not so much that the duration is a problem with Tyrael's shield, but more so just the fact that it just goes away very quickly, because it doesn't really soak up that much damage. At this level, it only takes up about 400 damage. And generally that gets popped pretty quickly, considering you're a Tyrael in the middle of your enemy.
This is really dangerous for Plague down here. Like, he has no bastion of defense if he gets caught. And he's Nazebo. He can actually get caught. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. You are right, though, with the the shield duration. But it's still, I mean, level 7 is usually reserved for something else. It's not coming to... battle momentum is a big one. I don't remember.
Battle momentum is generally the go-to.
Yeah, battle momentum typically is, yeah. More skills, more shields. Duration by 100% or cast it 100% more.
Yeah, more judgments also is just kind of really what, like, if over anything, it's more the judgments just popping out more and more often, so you're just always ready for every single fight. But curiously enough, it looks like that's just what they want to go for. So there is going to be a jump on into the mines here as we get most of hold the fort going in pretty harshly on Crimson. Plague is going to fall down pretty quickly here, and it looks like there is going to be an engagement. It looks like the next person to go down possibly could be Monkey. No, the brand does go down on it, but unfortunately, Butcher has to back up. Was taking a little bit too much damage.
The 5-on-4 as it came out. I mean, Jaina was just absolutely nowhere near there, but they caught the Nazebo again. No escapes, big charge damage, big charge value from Sorello. And as a frontliner with Bandit there, that hasn't actually been too bad of a case. Now, we actually are looking to get as many skulls as possible here from Crimson, and they did actually get 26 to their name, which is the exact amount that they had last time.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that's going to be happening just exactly the same way again, because already they're getting pushed out pretty heavily here by Hold the Fort. And yeah, it looks like they're just going to have another 26 Skull Golem on their side, but I don't know if Hold the Fort, if they're going to go offensive with their Golem or if they're going to yet again defend.
Well, level 10 is also going to be coming out very quickly here for Hold the Fort. So, again, yeah, using a big Skull Golem with that talent tier advantage, especially the heroic tier being your advantage, I would really expect to see them push.
I would expect to see them push as well.
Now, something to note is I was looking for the Mule on Malfurion, didn't get it, but we did get it on the Zebo. That top fort is actually looking flawless. And, the bottom one actually would have been much better off had they actually not been able to finish it off, because the Mule would have been bringing it all the way back.
And curiously enough, also for Hold the Fort, they lost all of their bullets on their towers as well, so they're not actually going to be able to, defend that much. They're just kind of a couple of hits really before getting to the fort, more so than actually doing any damage to that golem. So it looks like Hold the Fort has to defend yet again. Meanwhile, that 74 Skull Golem is starting to wail away on the fort and the top lane. I'm curious to see if that's going to be able to take it. I think so. Yeah, there's no mule to come down on that.
So once again, we are pushing in the wrong lane, but they are pushing. So the level 10 advantage comes out. I mean, we see basically everything that we saw last time. Furnace, Judgment, the Hinterland, the Draken Laser Chill, and Tranquility. And there's not really too much of a defense that we can really realistically kind of mount here from Crimson. They're about to lose their top fort. Mule or no, the rest of the team's occupied, and that has now led to the gate on this bottom keep.
Yeah, very free gate at that, and they still haven't taken out the golem, so they have a little bit of free time to go a little bit on the keep now. It looks like they just want to play safe back up here and just kind of take this game a little slow and just wait for each of those golems to really kind of kill their opponents. It's only at the 10-minute mark. They don't need to rush anything too crazy at this point.
What did Lily actually end up? We talked about Protoss, which is the range. She did go into Mending Serpent there as well, and Pitch Perfect. So cost is reduced by 10 for 6 seconds, which means you can basically just spam it out. It's a little bit cheaper repeatedly. So she is going for bigger heals. We saw a lot of Cloud Serpent yesterday, like actual just straight for talents or Cloud Serpent. But she is actually going to go for the Jug of 1,000 Cups. We do have Falling Sword again, but it's Gary the Gargantuan and Walter the Water Elemental. I think that's the leading names on these guys. It's a double summonable comp.
Yeah, it's a lot of summons coming in here. So
why did Walker just fly?
I don't really know. I just saw that. That's why I actually stopped
mid-sentence. That's not the first time he's done that either.
Sometimes I do that, but I'm not that player. And I'm not in the Blizzcon Open, but Sorello going to get taken out very quickly here. And it actually looks like Crimson is going to be able to put up a pretty good defense. Whole Jug of Cups coming on out here, and it looks like it's going to keep everybody. Actually, there wasn't really that much damage going down anyway, so that's okay. A really nice Howling Blast, just as he was getting caught by the Entangling Roots, is going to leave Darbinson a little stuck, but the Gargantuan does fall back into its hole. God, that's a terrifying looking animation.
Yep. No! Off he goes back to whence he came. Walker is going to be doing a bit of defense. Bandit and Lord Veos there as well. Mines are opening up in 20, but with the respawn timers still fairly early into this game, we're not really going to get a map advantage out of it. We do actually have the positioning advantage for Crimson because they are already down into the mines. Are they setting up for an ambush?
It looks like it. They might be setting up for an ambush at that bottom. Look, Falstad is going to jump in there.
Nope.
But Falstad gets right back out very quickly. You can see through the top, if you look right above the entrance, you can see who's actually waiting in there.
Falstad the scout. Oh, scout ahead. Flap, 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 flap. So they're going to find Tribes, who I thought was about to get actually charged right there. But because of that delay, I mean, we were off actually getting the Mercenaries. Look at this, the Stone Bros to defend bottom. The rest of Crimson was picking up those skulls. This is their biggest golem to date.
This is 46 on their side, so they're doing pretty well this time. And that's good for them. They need to be able to start leveling this up. There is the Falling Sword to jump in and get the initiation. There's the Cinder Ghost, Water Elemental as well. And the Cups have come out as well, not interrupted by anybody at this point. So this is actually showing how powerful the Cups are. They was able to keep everybody alive for a very long time. The laser's going to fall here. Bandit now stuck between a zombie wall and the rest of his team. Crimson's going to fall, though, as he moves a little bit too far forward into Darbinson, Lord Veos, and Walker.
Bandit on one side, the rest of the team on the other. It's becoming a hold the fort sandwich. The retreat has been sounded. The Arthas is down, but mission accomplished. 52 skulls are going to be powering that next golem here for Crimson. All they have to do now is just kind of break back out, pick up some of these merc camps. The mid is actually still down for another minute, so the timing will not be ideal, but they do need to clean up these bottom mercs before they get more value than they already have.
Yeah, they need to make sure that they take out as many of these mercs as possible and start getting this lane pushing so they have a little bit more breath in the bottom lane. Unfortunately, Plague is out of mana, so has to go back up and pick up the healing well. But this is still going to be a very tough thing to hold off just because, I mean, looking at that keep, that could easily be a couple of keep towers and just give them a little bit more experience. And again, just with the huge composition that they've got, this could... That's a lot of range damage.
Now, we were a little bit early here on these Stone Bros. They are just going to go on their merry way and kind of ignore the golem. So, oops, just not timed out perfectly on that round for Crimson. But they are about to hit 13. What do we have for those talent tier advantages coming in? Well, the advantage is gone, but Lead Rain once more. Shrink Ray for our Malfurion. No ice blocks today.
No
Savage
ice blocks
Charge. And the rest of it. Ooh, Dead Rush for our Nazebo.
The last time we still didn't see an ice block. We still saw the same Blizzard talent, and oh, a massive Sidrigosa engagement on Plague. But the cups are too good. Crimson, though, is a bit far. Falling Sword does go down, only hits Bandit, however, and Crimson is going to fall here. The Golem still moving on in here. They are actually completely split up. Monkey is now going to be the target of the rest of the team's ire. Plague trying to hold off against the Golem solo, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
The 5-man push with a 48 skull golem might be the smaller of the two, but they got the man advantage, and the charge Furnace Blast is going to be roasting at least one more team member here as Lily and Johanna just go for the retreat. The golem is going to go right to the core, and this could be a really good opportunity to end the game.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be probably the game. There's still 5 fighting members up here for Hold the Fort, and I don't think that our opponents, Crimson Mist, can hold the keep, as Crimson, yet again, taking a huge amount of damage, has to back up here. But the Golem is actually pretty low. And with all the other members of Hold the Fort popping back up here, this might be a little bit of an overcommit if they can re-engage.
So, looks like they are just, well, Paul Walker, I think, is sending us the clear message on that one. Time to get out, boys. He just flies all the way back to safety. Crimson somehow getting right through that creep wave, untouched. Unfortunately, it's just not going to be enough to pick up Lord Veos. The blue golem is still pushing bottom. It got the fort, it got those towers, it got the team level 14 for Crimson. It's not going to be quite this keep, but Walker, ooh, if we had anybody capitalize on those roots, we could actually go for this quick keep.
Oh my god, that's so close.
It got
so
really
close.
good value, yeah.
1,400 damage on that keep is left, and they just need to walk over and poke it. Meanwhile, Falstad is on the other side of the map. I don't know if Crimson Mist should still be out here.
We have a Merc camp here mid. We got a Merc camp off to the side. We have a Mule, remember. As soon as I actually find it, we're going to keep an eye on it. That should actually be able to bring this core back up to 100% by the time the next mine phase kind of comes and goes. So it's not the end of the world at 59%. In fact, it's kind of even better for Crimson because they were able to re-engage. Would have been best had they gotten a kill out of it. But because of that re-engage and because of that Mule, that 59% doesn't really represent like a big YOLO push yet.
Well, you know, you say Mule, but we haven't seen a Mule in a bit.
Right, I'm clicking Nazebo. It's totally up and ready to go.
Right?
In theory, it's not a YOLO push kill yet.
I don't think I've seen a Mule more than once, which was at that first fort. And
He needs to mule the core. Needs to mule the core.
On his team are saying, dude, Mule.
Mule the core. Mule the core. You can do it. Mule the core. It's won games before, especially on long drawn out ones like this where you don't really get to control that siege vehicle.
Remember when you said that Haunting Mines was going to be a quick game?
Shut up.
Remember that time? I remember that time. It was a good time.
I have no recollection of any FourCourtJester saying that in any of the most numbers. Yeah.
The undead shall rise.
All right.
Mine's
Positions.
popping back up here. Yeah.
Yeah, positions, everyone. The play is about to start.
Now we have our actors in the mines waiting. Oh my god, they have just they have a huge convex.
Where's the
here.
enemy team?
Oh, my name is Walker. I'm gonna show. Look, guys, I'm here.
brings out the roundhouse kick.
You actually see Walker there.
Oops. All right. Crimson didn't fall for it.
Oh, but the rest of
Yeah,
the
that-
team. Oh my
that's a-
god, that hit Relentless Blast.
All right, need to charge the Lily. Charge the Lily. Doesn't charge the Lily, but Jane is going to drop. Sorello is really far forward, but Bandit and the crew should be able to actually pick this up. 2 quick kills. Looking for the third. Laser for the block. Can you actually still come down with that laser sitting there?
Oh, you can come down, but you can't go back up easily.
Anyways, Tribe 77 gonna die.
Slain.
Are they gonna go for skulls? Are they gonna go for skulls or go for the kill?
Go for the lead. Go for the mule, please. This Raven is just sitting here like, hello, team. Hello?
You didn't say the magic word.
Now? Well, this is poising for a 100 skull golem. That is the albatross of this world, right there.
That it is. That it is. That's a negative 3 points.
He muled!
Golems
He muled!
I don't believe.
Happy day! It won't matter now, but happy day, he did it.
God, look at how much value that mule gets. It was at 49%, and now it's at half. It's already healed so much of that core.
Yeah, but we needed to do it like
20% for like
3
half.
times. Needed to do it like 3 times. It's just not going to be enough now. Are we pushing or are we defending? Hold the fort, saying we're going to throw the defense to the wind and open up the doors of wrath. They're not holding that fort.
Precision Miss is going to get a keep out of this.
Be wary.
Or will they?
Yours is far
No, they will.
weaker than your
Or will they?
foes.
What if they hold this off?
The golems return.
Yeah, they will. Okay.
In the craziest defense of all time.
75% mule instead of 100 for that core. No mules inside, still on cooldown, and 100 skull golem making its way here. Sham 2, I think we have a winner.
Oh, yes, we do. This best of 3 has taken 2 hours so far, Jester. It is finally over. Crimson Mist, the fort is going to be able to take the 2-1 victory over their opponents.
I think that's our longest game series this year.
I think so.
On average, some pretty long games. But by the end of it, Hold the Fort will be victorious. They were the king of the hill, and they came equipped for it. Which means that they move on to Stellar Lotus.
This will be a very interesting game to watch.
Saying that word a lot.
Interesting is my word that I have to use when I don't really want to say the real words that I have to use.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. Congratulations, Hold the Fort. They will move on to the round of 64. We will say goodbye to the Crimson Mist and pray that they never watch these videos. But who knows? Maybe they'll be back in August. We'll have better things to say then.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Of course, you know, all these teams have the option to come back in for the August Opens. That'll happen next month. But whoever gets to go all the way through the bracket today, Jester, goes on to next weekend, the round of 8. It's going to be a double elimination. It's going to be super exciting to watch.
Just taking a look at the bracket, NV Gaming has defeated Vex, and they're actually facing up against Cloud9 Maelstrom. The winner of our next series, which is going to be Hold the Fort against Stellar Lotus, will face off against the winner of that. So we still have, and then of course the winner of that moves on to whoever else makes to the round of 16. So we still have at least 3 best of 3s for you, and if they all take 2 hours to run, we're going to be here till 2 a.m.
Please.
Please, team, still. And on that note, we will bring this round of 128 to a close.